What's good, Divine Family? How is everybody doing? You know who it is. It's your girl. Thank you so much for tapping in one more again with me. All right, I'm going to really take my time because this message is for someone very specific. Okay. Um, all right. I'm going to show you how this download just came in. I'm just because that's the only thing I know to do is to just walk you through it. Okay, so we're going to go through the pre-shuffle, and I'm going to take you step by step, and then we will pull more cards. All right. So the first thing I did was I pulled some state energy. Okay, and I got um Idaho. All right, Idaho. Now, when I saw this card, the first thing that jumped out to me was the state flower. The state flower is syringa, syringa. All right. I don't know. I hope one of them is the right pronunciation, but that jumped out at me. And I was like, oh, syringa, state flower. Okay. Then, as spirit, which deck they wanted me to go through to first. And I chose the phrase box. All right. I was led to the phrase box. Now, the first card I got was eggplant emoji. And me, being me, I was like, where we going with this? Where are we going with this? Okay. But then I got margarita. Okay. Salty rim, sugar rim is better than salt. And that's proven by science. All right. Did I turn this off? Yeah, I did. Good. Because I need to focus. Matter of fact, just take this. Then I got photobomb. Okay. Exploding image. The act of shoving your face into someone else's photo op. And then I got peer pressure. Now, at first glance, this was getting a little raunchy for me, but because not for me personally, you know what I'm saying, but just try to make sure that YouTube don't feel away for getting on here talking about certain things or whatever the case may be. I'm still learning my can do's, can't do's, okay, but I sat with it. I sat with it for a minute. I said, no, my spirit team. I mean, they would, they have, but this is something else. It just felt like it was something else. So then I said, okay, let me get another deck and let me clarify. So I was led to my mixed deck here. All right. And I got intuition, Queen Nandi. Okay. I got divine lineage. All right. Sarah Lakali. I got Oshun, fearless love. Notice the purple, right? Notice the purple. Okay, that's significant. Okay. Um, I got preparation and I got growth. All right. For a moment, I sat and I played with the tarot. I shuffled the tarot, and on the bottom of the deck, I got the Three of Cups. Notice the purple. Okay. I got the Judgment card. All right. And I got the Empress. So, still sitting with it, right? I'm like, okay, what are you saying? And I'm starting to see what is being said. Now, someone in the collective, I'm going to give this the couple of ways, different ways that I heard it. Someone in the collective has been asking for the divine or their from someone on their spirit team or their soul. You've been asking to see. And what I mean by see, you've been asking for a visual of your divine soul. You've been asking to see her. You've been requesting for her to show up to you. Okay. Also, someone in the collective intuitively, you um You feel that you are a part of a divine lineage, possibly mermaid lineage, possibly water spirit, possibly nymph spirit. And I'm going to show you where the nymphs come in at, okay? You could also feel that you are a daughter of Oshun. This is much deeper. This reading and what I'm tapping into is much deeper than just being the daughter of or working with an Orisha, a divine being, whatever you work with. This is much deeper than that because you are actually the embodiment of this divine being. Okay, this primordial water spirit is actually your soul, and you are its embodiment. Okay, so I'll get into how, I'll break that down a little bit, how that works, because um most of us know, right? But some of us are still learning that our souls are the earliest versions of our first being. Okay, so the soul of you is the earliest version of your first being. All right, so who I'm speaking to, someone is the embodiment of a primordial water spirit. It doesn't necessarily have to be Oshun, but she's kind of coming up, I think, because to kind of clarify, see the water behind her? It could be Oshun, but it doesn't have to be. You need to be prepared because what you have been requesting, what you have been asking for, or what you know is about to come as far as it relates to revelation, it being revealed to you exactly who you are at the divine phase, at the primordial, at the ancient, at the soul level, is about to be revealed to you. She's about to show up to you in a way in which you will be able to see her. Okay, she is you and you are her, but she will not look like what you currently look like. Okay, that's just a tip. All right. For someone, it could be that you have been doing a lot of healing work, and you have come to the phase where your divine primordial soul is ready to reveal herself to you. Okay, and the work that you have been doing has been in preparation of this revelation. Okay. Okay, now let's go back to the eggplant. Now, when I sat and got past my inner child, because she goofy, when I got past the eggplant emoji part, I've thought about the purple. Okay, I have some videos from maybe 2 years ago where spirit began to reveal to me about Tyranium purple. So if you have not read about Tyranium purple, I would go and read about Tyranium purple because it has a lot to do with this divine lineage. Okay, now the purple in this Oshun card, this eggplant purple, this margarita is talking about spirit or soul. Okay, this photobomb is talking about visual. You're going to have a vision, okay, where you're going to see the primordial soul that is within, that is you, but not in the same. This is your ancient embodiment. This is your first embodiment. This is your primordial embodiment. She's not going to look like you, okay? But you're going to just know that it is you, but because she's not going to look like you, it is going to cause a beautiful dissonance separating her from you so that you can grow in your relationship. The reason why she comes in as she is you, okay, but she comes in her ancient body or your ancient body, is to create the separation between yourself and her, so you can better communicate, so you can better understand the ancient primordial version of you, separate and apart from who you are currently. It's a beautiful relationship, but don't disconnect in the sense of thinking that it's not you, because it is you. It's just you from before time, before before. All right, shit, before, way before. Okay, so the eggplant purple, the eggplant purple on this card, the syringa flower. After I got that, I sat and I asked. I said, okay, I talked to my divine soul, and I asked her to ask Oshun, what does she want me to say to someone in the collective? Okay. I asked Oshun, what does she want me to say? I heard, look up the purple. Because I studied this a year and a half, 2 years ago about the Tyranian purple. Um, so I went to Google and I typed in the myth about the nymph and the purple. This is what I got. The myth about a nymph and purple involves the Phoenician nymph Tyros or Tyro and the hero Hercules, connected to the origin of expensive Tyranian purple dye, where Hercules' dog's purple stained mouth led Tyros is the nymph, to desire a gown of that color, making it a symbol of wealth. With similar themes appearing in the stories of nymphs transformed into purple flowers like lilac. What does that say right there next to the lilac? Do you see the syringa? Okay, I just want to know if you see the syringa, because when I saw the syringa, I like to fell out of my seat. All right? And the amethyst crystal. Before all of that, syringa, the state flower, which apparently is lilac, because they got lilac in parentheses syringa. So, or syringa, or whatever it's called. I like to fell out of my seat. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? But that was confirmation that this is exactly what this message is about. Someone's primordial nymph soul, who is of the waters, who is royalty of a divine lineage, is about to reveal herself to you in a way in which you're going to see her. So this is not the soul in theory. This is the soul being awakened, and you awakened to it, having full understanding as to what she looks like, having full understanding as to her characteristics, her features, and recognizing her as you, but separate and apart from you. This is the fulfillment of the Trinity. All right. So you go have to just, follow me. Because I know you can. Because who I'm speaking to is someone who is already ready. Okay. Let's get some more energy. So, like I said, something is about to be shared with you. All right. Something is about to be shared with you, because you're ready to show up in the earth. Okay. You're ready to show up in the earth, vibrating completely and wholly at the level of this divine lineage, this divine primordial soul of yours. So there is a soul awakening and a manifestation that is getting ready to come for someone. Okay, so we're gonna see what else needs to be said. I'm not feeling led to do tarot with this, not right now. Anyway, I'm gonna use these cards over here, and I'm gonna try to articulate this as best as I can. Okay. Okay. So what fumbled out of the shuffle while I was shuffling was purification. Okay. This is giving again waters, the waters. All right. Someone has done a lot of purifying of their emotional body, their water body. Okay. You've done a lot of healing that has brought you to the point to where this is ready to come in towards you. Now, this peer pressure card says, come on, do it. But it also says when your friends talk you into eating a Tide pod. So what I got when I saw the Tide pod was the tide, the waters again, the tide. You're about to get into a very deep interpersonal relationship, even and you probably already feel like you have that deep interpersonal relationship, but this is different for someone specific, okay? This is different because you're first off at the soul level a primordial water spirit. And so now it is like the self, the soul is ready to bring the self back into awareness of that and what comes with that, the royalty that comes with that, the divine power that comes with that, the divine order and rank that comes with that, and to actually help you establish your position, your mission in the earth with this Empress energy that was in the tarot. Okay. All right. So we have purification here. Something has been purified. Um, Communication. Yep. This is another level of communication that's coming in. Tell me more. Meditation. This is either going to take place in meditation. Okay. This could also take place while you're actually sleeping. Okay. Now, from personal experience, it's going to startle you. All right. For personal experience, it's going to startle you. It's going to be startling, but it's not going to be something that is going to have a fear energy around it. Um, so this could take place during meditation. This could take place during meditation. We have dream, like I said, or while you are sleeping. Okay, something is going to be released to you. She is going to be released to you visually. Okay, tell me more. Shapeshifter. All right, shapeshifter. I'm going to clarify these. You're going to see the difference. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Um, Not saying you're not beautiful. Okay, I'm not, because I can't judge that, because I think we're all beautiful and are all in our various different ways. That's first off. But secondly, I don't really know specifically who this is for, right? But she is going, when she comes in, um the beauty, the shape, the way she is going to reveal herself to you is going to be, you're going to know, because you're going to see her outside of yourself, and then she's going to graft herself into your current being, the way you look currently, and you're going to have a vision of this. Okay. Action. This is coming in quickly for someone. Okay. This is happening. This is taking place. This is the connection card. I don't know if I should bring it closer. Yeah. Connection. Okay. This is taking place because there's a connection that needs to be made, that is ready to be made. That is ready to be made. All right. Clarify communication. Simplicity. Simplicity. Give me one more. Self-reliance. And this is also coming in to bring the three. Remember, I mentioned the Trinity. The three, but one. Okay. This is coming in to remove you from the conscious state of duality. All right. So the three becoming one, that has to happen consciously. So it has to be revealed to you, right? You have to see the three but one, right? You have to see it so that you know it's separated, but you also know that it's you. So this is about you stepping into the time and space to bring yourself back into a singularity, taking the three and bringing them back into the one through you, which is the consciousness, which is the self. Through the self, the unification of the three, they become one. That has to happen consciously in order for that to actually be the vibration at which you vibrate at, right? So until that happens, there's still three, but there's separation, there's distance consciously. Okay. um the inner eye and the two eyes we have here work pretty much the same way, in the sense that it is not really real until it is seen. Okay. It is not really real until it is seen. This is why, though we know we are spirit beings, we are in a physical reality, and the spirit and the universe uses the physical reality to help you see the spirit. Okay? So the inner eye works the same way. This is why we have visions. This is why we have dreams. You understand? Because it needs to be seen in order for the consciousness, the self, to understand what is real and to glean from it the lessons. So this is why you're moving into the phase where this your primordial ancient soul is ready to reveal herself to you in a visual way, to merge you back together and move you out of that separation consciously. Clarify, meditate, release. It's going to be released through meditation. Okay. You could have been in meditation, requesting for this to be released to you, this vision for you to see. But if not, this is going to be, here we go. The sovereignty, the three becoming one through, you got to be able to see this card. Thank you. Thank you, camera. Okay. The three become one in the beholder. All right. In the beholder, the three become one. This is why this is happening. Okay. This is how this is supposed to happen as well. Clarify, dream, healing, healing. So you have healed this aspect of yourself that was asleep to this remembrance of yourself. Okay. You've healed that. You're moving into healing that. We have vision. All right. See the eye. Eye is awake. So within in the blackness, you've healed that sleepy state. Okay? You've healed that sleepy state. So now the eye is awake. Now the eye is ready to see this. All right? You have awakened this divine aspect of yourself from antiquity, from before antiquity, primordial, okay, water spirit, from the dark waters of none. You have awakened that aspect of yourself. So it is time for you to see her now. Okay. It's time for you to see her. All right. And this is going to give you more knowledge. More knowledge. of your strength, of who you are, of how strong you are. Okay? All right. Clarify forgiveness, please. This is forgiven. Forgiven. It was forgiven for this, for your primordial soul to come out of this cage. Okay? Tell us more. Forgiveness, please. Boundaries. It is forgiven for your primordial soul, right? To come out of this cage, out of these boundaries, for the boundary and the separation between your current self and your ancient and antiquated primordial self. It was given to you this lifetime that boundary and that separation was to be removed. Okay? Shapeshifter. Too many. Relaxed energy. See, this is what I was. Gratitude. Gratitude. You're going to have a vision. I'm going to reiterate this because it's not going to be, you're not going to be afraid while you're in the vision. You might be a little nervous though. Might be a little nervous. But there's a shape shifting that's going to take place visually for you. Right? So Oshun is wanting someone to know that when this happens, to relax. During meditation, during sleep, during when however you receive it, because sleep really ain't nothing but a deep meditation. All right. But to relax. Okay. To not be nervous. All right. As best as you can. Okay. Yeah. Guidance. That is the truth. So you're being guided to relax. Okay, because you're going to see your primordial soul, like you're going to behold her, and then she's going to graft into your current vision of self. Okay, so that can kind of be a little because there's a lot going on around here, and sometimes things, we don't. This is the stuff that they try to keep us from knowing is supposed to happen, right? This is the things that they try to keep us from unlocking. So until you've experienced it, you really kind of don't really know, right, what's happening with you. So it would take someone like myself who has experienced it to explain it. And when you experience it, you may be in a position later on to explain it to someone else. Okay? So relaxed energy. You're being guided to relax. All right. Clarify action. Challenge. Challenge. A lot of purple there. Now, I learned the other day that the word karma um, simply means actions. And that's coming up here for me when I look at this action card and this challenge. Clarify challenge and action, please. We got a lot of purple here too. Mirror. Mirror. Devotion. There may have been, okay, not even there may have been. You accepted the challenge of clearing your karma, of clearing karma. Okay, you took action and accepted the challenge of clearing karma. Okay, this is taking place to you. It's a gift, to be honest. But it's reflecting back to you your soul's appreciation of your devotion. All right, your soul's appreciation of you being devoted to her, to your soul. Okay. um without having previously experienced what you're about to experience. But you were devoted to clearing your karma. You were devoted to evolving your soul, awakening your soul. And so this is being mirrored back to you to fortify your soul's devotion to you. Okay? It's a give and take, right? You have been devoted in reviving her. You have been devoted in removing whatever consciously in the self was blocking your awareness. And so now she is going to come in a way that is proof of her devotion also to you. Okay? Clarify connection. Let go. Guidance. Let go and guidance. Connection. I'm looking at the way her arms, her body is kind of breaking down. This is going to break down any further ideas of yourself as just merely human. Which someone who does this doesn't think of themselves as merely human. But this is going to break down the physical, right? The physical world. It's going to break down the solidification in a way so that new guidance and a new method for her to guide you can come in. And I'm telling you from personal experience, this is the dopest relationship, right? Like, I can't even really put it into words. But for someone in the collective, you're preparing that you need to prepare, because this is going to come in, and there really is no real preparation that you could do. But it's life changing, right? Because again, we all believe and know that we have a soul, right? But the relationship with the soul shouldn't stop at belief. It shouldn't stop at theory. Okay? It should be, this is how you step into gnosis. You can't know what you don't know. Knowing is knowing. Knowing is not believing. Knowing is not theory. Knowing is experienced. Okay? So nothing for that matter should stop at theory. All right? So it is with the soul, and so it is with the spirit. Okay? She's bringing you some keys. This is a key. With that silence card, this is a key that they do not talk about. I'm talking about it because I can, and I've experienced it. So, this is something that has been silenced. Okay? It's a door that they try to lock us out of, a relationship, the Trinity becoming one, and what it means that they are three but they are one. What does that mean? They argue and debate all day long in the Christian sector about what that means. Well, you'll never know until you actually experience it. So someone in the collective is about to experience this. Congratulations. It's definitely in order. Okay? Is there anything else? You want me to use the divine flow? I know what I want to use. I want to use these, and then I'll go to those. Where we at? All right. press release. Thank you. We have the Black Madonna. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. Our Lady of the Hermits. The essence of all Buddhas. I'm not finna at all try to pronounce that Vajraye Ogajin Chapa. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. Okay. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. This is this right here. Materializing for your liberation. So it's like there's a breakdown to materialize your liberation. I hope that makes sense, okay? Let's see. Balance. When we feel connected to our mind, body, and soul, we feel more balanced in our life. The only way to feel balance is to create it. Only say yes to the things, to things if it feels like a soul yes. I'm so excited for somebody. I really am. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm so excited for somebody. This is dope. I'm being led to also tell someone who this message is for that if you don't know your primordial name, you will know it after this happens, after she comes through. Okay? You may have been hearing a name but don't know who that is. Okay? So you may be already hearing a name, but you don't know who that is. You're gonna know. You're gonna now have the visual of who you're speaking to, and it is you at the primordial level. Catherine Lubure, the patroness of miraculous healing. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. Labure? I don't even know, child. I don't. Sounds French to me. I don't know. I don't know. Give me one more. What this one starts to fumble out. Boundaries. I am kind, loving, and have clear boundaries because it is important for me to love and respect myself and you. Now, this is leading me because, yeah, let me just say it the way I'm this is it. This is advice, okay? Um, the name of you at the soul level that you could have already been hearing or you're going to hear after she reveals herself to you is to never be spoken in front of anybody else. Okay? Um be very protective over to divulging too much information about her. All right? This is also going to allow you to have an understanding of the anomaly that you are. Okay? The uniqueness that you are. So, the healing of the boundary and the separation between the two of you, this ass this I have I'm because she predates time. You understand? So even when I use words like ancient, eh, she predates time. So the primordial would be the best description as to relates to how far back in yourself you're going. You know, how far back in yourself you are having come to your current lifetime consciousness. All right. Let me get something. You are a big deal is at the bottom of this deck. Somebody's about to know how big of a deal they are. Like for real, for real. Let me get some divine flow. The divine flow. And we will call this a wrap. I see awakening. She is awake. You are awake. All right. Give us some quick affirmations for the collective who this is happening for. Your path. Okay. I love that it says, Dear Lord, because the soul is the Lord. Dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. So this path, this awakening, again, is given forgiven. It was forgiven for you to discover this lifetime. So the illusion of the fears that have come in your past, from your past, and any fears you may have, you're going to see clearly as to why they were the way they were. It has been the way it has been because you're a whole very powerful divine soul. That needed to be set free. That needed to be set free. That needed to be released consciously in the consciousness. All right. Energetic clearing. During crisis, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. I can't make this. I wouldn't dare make this up if I could. Okay. I just, this is speaking. I'm going to pause. I'm going to just hold on. I'm going to pause because I can't look change. Non-duality is what somebody is stepping into. Becoming one is what someone is stepping into. Change. This is changing. For it to change, it has to happen in a way in which you behold it. Because if you don't behold it, it's still just in theory. It's not real. That is the point for the eyes, all three of them. Divine love. This is the integration of the soul and spirit. This is the integration of the fire and the dark waters. This is the integration of that. This is what's changing for someone. It takes for her to awaken, for her to reveal your spirit body to you in a way that is separate and apart from you, but you know is you as well. So it's a process, it's a phase. Congratulations. All right. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Thank you so much, Collective. To whomever this message reverberated with, please shoot me a comment, or better yet, drop me an email. All right? Drop me an email. Um, if this is your first time stopping in, subscribe. Join the tribe. I would love to have you be a part of this beautiful community that we are building in our little corner of the internets. To all of my returning subscribers, my Starseed family, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate you always. If anyone needs a personal reading, my information is in the description box. You can shoot me an email and we'll get that taken care of for you. All right? And join the membership. Become a member. Okay? Yeah. I love you guys. I will see you on the next message. Peace.